Hey, welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I hope your week is going well. I'm back in the New York groove coming off of my Orlando vacation. Finally got some gig work under my belt. I made about $87 today. Finally got a shift under my belt last night. It was a little slower, but I guess I eased back in. It was good to be back to work in both areas of my life. Today, I want to talk about an important subject. It is going to be 7 debt-free habits that you should copy. And these were ones that I copied on my journey, that I put into action on my journey, and stuff that I didn't really know about or didn't practice for the great majority of my life. I often think about how lucky I am to be in this position. It took a lot of hard work because it's not magic and it's not luck. You witches and wizards. Speaking of magic, I'm still obsessed with Harry Potter. It's going to take deliberate habits to get this done, and I know it's not easy. It's very hard, especially in certain circumstances. When you're young and you don't have anything figured out, and it's hard to find work. It's hard to find good wages. It's hard to find places to live. I think I'm real lucky. There's a lot of things I've mentioned on this channel that I would not want to do in life, and I somehow stumbled on waiting tables and delivering groceries. And there's a lot of other things that I do, I guess. I side hustle and resell things and do little gig apps and take pictures of my receipts, but I'm scraping and clawing for money, and I have a good partner to do that with as well. And we had to dig ourselves out of our own holes and figure it out in our mid to late 30s. But I can give this information. This information is available to people in their mid to late 20s and their mid to late teens. And what are you going to do? Are you going to do whatever it takes to start saving money, to try to start making some more money? And when you do, what are you going to do with that money? Are you going to waste it all? What are you going to spend it on? How are you going to manage it? And these are 7 habits that I put into play and still practice to this day, because you can't just flip the lights on and off. This is an ongoing thing. So here are 7 habits that helped me get out of debt that I think that you should copy. The first one is that debt-free people monitor their money. What a novel concept. Where's it going? It's a mystery. It really is. If you're not tracking every cent, every purchase, every single one, even the dollar lotto ticket, the dollar candy bar, which is you can't even get anymore, dollar waters, every single thing, cash and credit, should be tracked. Where is it going? And then what is it doing? What is your money doing? Is it in a shoebox at home? Is it in a savings account? Is it being invested? All things that you should really, really consider. So monitor your money. Track your income. I didn't track my income for several years, until the light bulbs started going off in my head and being like, you're your own business. My boss tracks his income for the restaurant. Every other business tracks their income. You gotta track your income. And mine was a little trickier because I'm not getting, paychecks. Like, servers don't make anything. My paycheck this week was $77. I'm getting all tips. So, I'd write that stuff down and see what I'm making on this day last year, what I'm making for this month, what I'm making for this year. So track your spending, track your income, track your spending, every single thing, and then track your savings. And your net worth is a sign of financial health. Your assets minus your liabilities. What do those things mean? Assets earn money and liabilities take money away from you. We can go deeper into that. Look into those key terms. The second habit of debt-free people that you should copy is they grow their money. Being debt-free is great. The first day I was with then, now what? Growing your wealth. So you don't have to turn to credit for unexpected financial emergencies. A great goal is to have 3 to 6 months of expenses in your savings. It's a great financial emergency cushion. You got to start somewhere. Start with 100, then start with 1,000, and start going from there. As Dave Ramsey would say, take your baby steps, but eventually you're going to want to get to 3 to 6 months. And that is also a little bit about FU money too. That's another term, another homework assignment to Google. FU money, Google assets, Google liabilities. Find out what these terms mean, or ask me some questions and I can go through it more in the comments. So how are we going to grow our money? How are we going to get $1,000, $100, 3 to 6 months of expenses? How are we going to get that cushion? Spend less than you earn. And then someone else would say invest the rest. Do your research. Habit number 3, debt-free people don't waste money. Debt-free people and people who are working their butts off, their asses off to become debt-free are not willing to squander it. And sure as heck, when you get there, you know that journey. Because I'm assuredly that journey was not short or easy. But it will be sweet. I promise you that. They know the value of money. What value? It just goes more than just currency, I believe. The value of money can give you options. Even as a waiter, as a part-time waiter, as a teacher, as a part-time grocery shopper and deliverer. The value of money can give you lots of options. The value of money is your life. Your money or your life is a famous financial independence book. These are hours of your life. Took you, say you're making $20 an hour, working 5 hours, whatever, just for round numbers, you got $100, and then you got to go buy, we'll say 5 records or 2 video games. That cost you 5 hours of your life to work with, your money or your life. Know the value of your money. It's going to decrease the stress in your life. And I've seen some things today where there's a lot of stress out there. A lot. And I feel bad, and I wish there was something I could do. And I try to talk a lot about the mental aspect of it, because this financial independence journey is not just financial. It's everything that goes along with it. It's going to decrease your stress. It's going to give you more choices. It's going to make for a happier home, a happier relationship. It's going to give you more freedom. It's going to give you a positive outlook on the day. There's a lot of value that goes into not squandering your money. Number 4, debt-free people are not cheap. I think it's a good balance with my wife and I. We just took that big vacation, but we saved. We had a savings plan. There's something to be said for buying quality items and buying quality experiences. You got to get out there a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm cheap. I tip very generously. I think being a waiter might help me out in that. But I think in general, that's not a big deal. I try to buy quality items. I don't buy a lot of items. Certainly not clothes or shoes. I'll wear them out. Like, my wife has to push me to get some of those things. And nobody's perfect. It's not like I don't waste a little bit of money here and there. But think about this. Cheap people is not being aware of your money in a lot of certain circumstances, because you don't know what you can afford if you're not aware of your money. So you buy cheap stuff, and cheap stuff tends not to last, and you got to get more, and that tends to be more wasteful. So debt-free people are not cheap. And when you get to be debt-free, you can give more. And, giving is better than receiving, right? And how that makes you feel is another good thing that's going to try to make you have the best day ever. So we're getting towards the end here. Number 5, debt-free habit that you should copy. Debt-free people are patient. Am I patient? I think I am. Of course, again, nobody's perfect, but resist instant gratification. Savings and goals can be more gratifying, especially in the long run. Be patient. Don't get bored with your plan, with tracking, with budgeting, with savings. Treat yourself as you get certain goals. Reward yourselves along the way. Paying off debt is going to take time. You can go hardcore on it, and I went pretty hardcore. But I can remember being in the 70 and 80 thousands left with the house, and selling $4 records, somewhere more than that, but what am I doing? Does this matter? And it did end up mattering. Every dollar that I could throw at that and that we could throw at that, we did. And we crushed it. And I know you will too, and I know you are crushing it if you're on that journey right now. Be patient. The first day it happens, there's a video I made of it way back when I first started the channel. And that was cool. But then the next day I was like, oh, what now? It's the Zen you bring to the top of the mountain with you, right? It's all the things you bring in with you on this financial journey of health and happiness and being stress-free and trying to have the best day ever and having purpose, and all that gets better and better and better. That's what I didn't know the second day after I paid off all my debt. The sixth habit of debt-free people that you should copy is debt-free people set financial goals and priorities. What could those be? A down payment. Could be for retirement. Could be education for the kids. Could be to have a 50% savings rate. That's one of our goals. It doesn't happen. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. Maybe it's 35% savings rate. Maybe it's 40, maybe it's 75. I mean, there's all different ways how hardcore you want to take this and balancing out your life and happiness. But it's not about deprivation. I feel crazy. I have a lot of time, I feel like. I feel like I have, if I want something, I can get it, especially now. That's a great feeling after being in debt. That's being debt free. That's a great feeling. Is if you need something, you can do it. If something comes up, you can handle it. It's not just winging it. It's not leaving your financial resources and financial future to chance. And finally, debt-free people proactively learn more about money and how to manage it, how to manage that resource. I didn't think it was for waiters to know that sort of thing about investing. I didn't have enough money, right? That's for business owners and rich people and whatever, stock market. Oh, it's too risky. But I learned and I devoured books. One of the best books I could recommend would be The Simple Path to Wealth. I devoured blogs. I devoured vlogs. I devoured podcasts. I got into communities, and I'm trying to bring all that right here into this JB Breaks Free community. And I figured out an investing strategy that worked for me. I figured out my tolerance for risk and for handling ups and downs of the market. I pretty much started it 2019, 2020, right in the pandemic. That was fun. But the Simple Path to Wealth helped me with that a lot. And I saw what I was able to handle. And here I am. And I'm still trying to learn. But then again, don't get bored with it. Just enjoy that nice debt-free wave. Get out there, do what you can. Side hustle. Throw every dollar you can at your debt. I hope you're having the best day ever. I hope you're breaking free, and I'll talk to you on the next video.